Now, recently there was a comment on one of my YouTube videos saying, hey Ben, when people leave the organization, why are people so curious where they're going? And this actually happens for 3 different reasons. Today's video, we're gonna cover all 3 of them so you understand why this happens, and make sure you stick around for the 3rd one because I guarantee you won't expect it. Let's go. Now, when does this happen? Now, this happens typically 2 different times. 1, it happens with curious or nosy bosses, right? You give your notice, you let them know they're leaving. There is, they want to know what's going on. And the second time it happens is with HR exit interviews. Now, an exit interview is when you are leaving the organization, someone from HR who is typically not attached to you on a day-to-day basis meets with you and talks a little bit about your experience as an employee and why you're leaving. And that's the second time that it typically happens. Now let's get into 3 different reasons. Now, the first reason this happens is sheer curiosity. And this often happens with a manager. They want to know, where are you going, right? They wanted to get an idea as to why. Why are you leaving this team? Where are you going? Is it somewhere better? Sometimes it's curiosity. Sometimes it's jealousy. Like, oh man, that's a really interesting company. Or they're wondering, well, where's this person going? Is it a step down? Is it a step back? Is it a change? By asking this information and asking where you're going, they can actually get a lot more info, than if they didn't ask. But the first reason that you're going to get this is curiosity. It's probably the least strategic of the 3 reasons, but it's absolutely one of the reasons why people ask. Now, the second one is a bit more important, and it's to find out competitive information. Specifically, why would someone leave? Are they offering something we aren't? From an employee attraction and retention standpoint, you need to know if you're keeping pace with the market. So if you leave to go for another organization and they ask you why, and you tell them, well, they have better benefits, they have better compensation, they seem to have a really good culture, they have better work-life balance, it's, they've got better tools, better systems, I get to do something in the role that I don't get to do now. They want to know that information. Because one of the things that you need to do as an employer is you need to attract and engage top performers. It's the only way to be competitive in the market. So when you start to lose people, you need to identify why. That way, if it's worth addressing, you can address it. But if you don't get that information from employees, there's just no way for you to know that and make the necessary moves. Now, this next one, and this is one that maybe you would anticipate them being curious about, is are they being targeted by a specific company? So what does this mean? So I am in recruiting, and there have been times where I'm working with a client and they go, hey Ben, we specifically want people from this organization. They have great training, they hire good people, and we want to target them. Now, when you give your notice, hey, I'm leaving, where are you going? I'm going to this company, why are you going? Because blank. They want to know sometimes if they notice a pattern. If a lot of their people are being targeted by an organization, they need to understand that. That way they can say, okay, well, we need to recruit some of their people, or we need to understand why they're leaving, or are they specifically reaching out, and is there anything we can do to keep our people from going to this organization, which is either an organization that's a competitor, or it can be outside of their market, but just a place that values the type of employees they typically have within their organization. But it's really valuable and important to understand this. Often when employees leave, it's for a better company culture. And I get it. Who would want to leave for a better company culture? However, when you're in the interview process, how do you know if it even is a good company culture? Well, that's why I made this video. This video here is going to give you 5 powerful questions you can ask in your interview as a candidate to find out, is it a good culture or it is a bad one? Because the last thing you want to do is leave a good job for a company that you think has an amazing company culture, but it actually doesn't. So I'm done here, but I will see you over there.